discuss openly in Indian culture. It's also not something we discuss privately. I mean, for Indian parents, teaching their kids about sex is like a software update. They know they're supposed to do it, but they keep hitting remind me later. And the longer they put it off, the more likely their kid is gonna get a virus.
U.S. teenagers are having fewer babies, the birth rate for high school age girls falling last year to its lowest level on record. 12.3 births for every 1,000 women. That's a 13% drop from a year earlier. But what's behind this sharp decline? Here with more analysis is Philip Levine, an economics professor at Wellesley College. Philip, thanks very much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
So what do you think are the big driving factors of the last couple of years that are helping to bring this number down?
Well, I think it's important to place this in a longer-term context. That teen births have actually fallen by well over half over the last 20 years. It's picked up pace a lot in the last few years, and that's been important. Birth rates fell by about a third from 1991 to 2008.
And you are a co-author of this study on 16 and pregnant. It actually found the show led to a 5.7% drop in teen births. Why is that?
I think it does a very good job of portraying exactly what you might expect in your life if you have a baby at an early age.
At the age of 17, Yeshua Hernandez is 1 month away from being a mother. Her dream of going to university has dissolved into the reality of quitting high school as her due date nears.
It's a big worry. The responsibility and the money. How are we going to provide for him?
Many young women across Mexico are asking themselves the same question. Latin America has the second highest teen pregnancy rate in the world. Mexico's is at 83 per 1,000 women. Compare that with 6 per 1,000 in Iceland, France and Italy. In a conservative society, many men believe access to contraception leads to female promiscuity. Sex education is often taboo. Geography doesn't help. It's not easy to get contraceptives to isolated villages. Mexico's an overwhelmingly Catholic country, and that's also part of the issue. The church has historically taken a stance against contraceptives, and that's contributed to the high pregnancy rate.
We're going into schools and also trying to make contraceptives more widely available, especially in rural areas.
But the national strategy has yet to get people on the ground in various areas of the country. Meanwhile, the odds are against Yeshua, but she's still determined to have her baby and get to university one day. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Chiapas.
The ecological model. When considering the ecological model by Yuri Bronfenbrenner, it is easily seen that school is only one part of how young people develop. Each individual's perspective is significantly shaped by one's microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, and macrosystem. The microsystem encompasses the individual's genetic makeup and the earliest social interactions, including the family of origin, daycare or school, church, neighborhood, and other early influences. The mesosystem includes the same elements as the microsystem, but it also highlights the interaction between each element of the microsystem. So, instead of considering how school impacts Johnny, it observes how school impacts sexuality as a whole. The exosystem considers one's government, educational institutions like the school board, politics, the media, and socioeconomic status. The system looks at the cultural context of all other systems, including how social class and law impact these components. Although the way sex education is taught in schools is very influential in shaping young minds, it must be considered within the context of all components of the ecological model. Just because a child's school teaches one thing, that child's church, friends, and family of origin may teach contradicting information. Or if a child's school doesn't teach sex education at all, they must rely on information learned from outside sources only.